We're on board the USS Sorlek, and it's with the utmost respect we introduce you now to a prisoner of war from Vietnam.
And I gotta tell you, when I was sitting there listening to him, I just kept having the same thought over and over, and that was like, wow, I mean, how did you even survive?
The weather was terrible. And the next thing I knew, I was hanging in my seat and the helicopter was on fire. I ran my tongue over my teeth, and I remember that vividly, and I was missing a bunch of teeth. Turned out to be 7. They would put me in a bamboo cage, not let me out to go to the bathroom or anything. 5.5 years, 1,932 days. I was in a landing zone in South Vietnam.
It is hard to fathom, well, impossible, really, for most of us. And you were a free man for how long in this picture?
3 days.
3 days. And you can hear the emotion in his voice.
I was overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed now thinking about it.
And he kept a promise to sing this song.
Oh, beautiful.
All captured in this picture.
Amber waves of grain.
But all those days as a POW.
I thought in those times that I'm going to lose it and go crazy, go insane. I didn't really care whether I lived or died. We'd have artillery come in close to us. I didn't give a damn. It would just could blow me up. And then there were other times when I felt like they can't kill me. I'm invincible.
But at the prison, torture, no food, and Dr. Kushner had no medicine to help his fellow prisoners. So now, at the Vietnam Wall in D.C., he talks about watching them slowly die.
And 10 of those, 10, I held their heads in my hands as they passed to the other side.
So hard to hear.
Do you know this story?
And this story is too.
The time I was beaten the worst was when we tried to eat the camp commander's cat. We were starving to death.
So they were boiling the cat's body.
But somebody had neglected to bury one paw.
The guards, enraged, they beat him.
Then put the carcass of the cat around my neck and hung me.
Dangling 5 feet off the ground.
Then tied me to a tree for a second day. And I was tied very tightly with commo wire, and I was sure that my hands were going to fall off.
And yet...
I have no bitterness at all.
Not bitter. Perhaps because he, like other POWs, received a proper welcome home.
My hometown gave me a Oldsmobile station wagon when I came back and held a day. I mean, it was wonderful.
Even on the plane coming back.
We were just ecstatic.
To help them adjust.
They gave each man a folder.
Inside, news maybe their mother had died or...
Wives had left their husbands, run off with somebody else. In this folder was all this news about your family, plus news about like the moon landing, who had won the Super Bowls.
Nothing like the terrible treatment for other Vietnam veterans called baby killers and spit on, blamed for a dirty war we lost.
Have we finally learned in the last 50 years that the military's mission is to execute policy, not to make it?
Kushner blames the suits, not the boots.
The people who lost the war were the politicians who refused to win the war. They refused to do what was necessary to win the war.
But as for his military service in Vietnam, now a retired colonel, he says this.
I'm proud and honored that I could serve my country.
You're right. Incredible story of survival. It's been 50 years since 500 prisoners of war were released from communist North Vietnam.
So much to talk about, and we invite you to join us for our special, April 13th, only on First Coast News, Voices of Bravery, honoring the veterans of Vietnam.